If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Welcome back. We are live on Radio Row. It is all brought to you by Coors Light. Had a publicist come over a few minutes ago and said, I want to bring you the mayor of Indianapolis. And I said, you know, that might not be good. That might not be a good thing, but your name's not Hudnut, so I have nothing really to hold against you other than you stole my dad's colors, you've stolen my dad's horseshoe, and now you're trying to win another championship after eliminating us. What did I do to deserve this, Greg Ballard? What did I do, Mayor Greg Ballard?
You did nothing wrong. If it's any consolation to you whatsoever,
okay.
I'm on record of saying, and I continue to say this, it's in the New York Times today, in fact, that my favorite player growing up was Raymond Berry.
Well, it should be. Didn't he play in Indianapolis? The Hall of Fame says he did.
But I was following them back then, when everybody else in Indianapolis was following the Chicago Bears. I was following actually the Baltimore Colts, and so. But what can I tell you? I was actually in the Marine Corps.
So your team moved to your town.
I was in the Marine Corps at that time, so I am blameless at this point in time.
We also have Bill Benner here from the Indy Star. Look, I'm gonna be nice to you guys, but you don't know the stuff I say when the microphone. You know, I mean, to your face, I'm gonna lie right now. Oh, I love the Colts. It's great. I gotta be honest. I'm 41, and I saw my dad cry twice in his life. I mean, I hate the Colts. Maybe more than the Steelers or the Redskins, but it's like that's a Bermuda Triangle of disdain that goes on there. But I got to tell you, I'm coming to your town again in 3 weeks. I'm there for the Combine every year. Every time I get off the plane, I say, this is going to be the trip I get over. You know, I've got a Super Bowl ring, we've won a championship, and I can't get over it. And now you've eliminated us 2 out of the last 4 years. I had to come out and sit in the bowels of your beautiful new stadium. I'm like, if you did something right, you know, one thing you guys did right that we screwed up was build a dome, and you did it twice. Yeah. Because you've had the Springsteen concerts, you've had the Stones concerts, you've had the Final Fours, and now,
this year, in fact,
how in the world am I going to wind up in Indianapolis for another major event, the Super Bowl?
Well, there are so many major events in Indianapolis, so that's why it's no longer Indianapolis, because of all the major events that are there. Final Four this year, Final Four normal rotation, Super Bowl 2012, PGA in 2012.
They have that little car race every year too. The little car race you put together.
Only the largest sporting event, one-day sporting event in the world. That little car race we have there called the 500. So,
and the second largest single-day sporting event is the Brickyard.
The Brickyard 400. So there's quite a few things happening in the city, and that's why it's really kind of fun. Not to mention. And I know I don't want to revisit and cut too deeply here, but
it's the home of Mayflower. Not to mention that.
But when that dome was built, that was really a large piece of connecting all that downtown. And you know, when you come to the Combine, the reason people like the Combine is because the connectivity, the walkability.
I roll over to St. Elmo's, get myself a little piece of beast. You know, I love it.
Is there any acknowledgement that you're now the home of the Browns? I mean, is there an acknowledgement of that?
The Browns play in Cleveland. Their colors are there, their records are there, their history is there.
And the only reason you did a settlement, they had to buy
But we don't pretend that Jim Brown played in Baltimore the way you guys run around.
I actually agree with you on that.
I see these hillbillies from Indiana running around with Johnny U jerseys on.
I wish the records had been divorced in 1984.
Yeah, so does everyone. So why don't we all get together? Let me tell you a little story.
He was a great player.
Let me tell you a story. I went out on a veranda and had a cigar a few years ago at the Biltmore with Jimmy Irsay, who I had never met. And the name Irsay is Bin Laden in my part of the world. All right, it is. Ask anyone in Baltimore. And I went with Steve Bisciotti, and we talked about the records and about what happened with that. And we petitioned the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And Jimmy Irsay was a wonderful man. I mean, just could not have been.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.